Here it is run up to low. Yeah, so I mean, anyway, it runs kind of quiet. We just got to figure out what blade, if it's a specific blade that's out of whack, or if it's the whole deal. You know, if it's the hub itself here. You know, so we'll have to wait and figure that out. But at least this way we can test it. It doesn't have a bunch of garbage in it. There's oil in the motor. We can test. You don't have to worry about that. So there you go, reassembled. Now we just got to balance the blades because they're pretty out of whack. Several methods that I've kind of come up with. One thing I like to do is I have one of these little holder deals for soldering and stuff, and I like to put it up near the blade and see where they hit. So that one is a little sooner than the other one was. That one hits right on the end. It hits a little sooner right there. And then this one, again, right on the end. Interesting thing to see is the one that hits a little sooner is the one I put the weights on. I just put some weights on. I'm going to show you. So this one hits a little tiny bit sooner, but not a lot. It's not egregious at all. Another idea I had was to take a strip of tape and then reference as it passes. If I can get you in close enough, you can see what I was seeing. If you got a real stationary position, you could do that if you're real still. And the other place I had it is I put one here on a diagonal, and I was trying to see the blades as they swung through where they lined up. But the hub and everything isn't that out of balance as far as being bent or anything. So then what I started doing is I started putting, using hot glue, some weights. I have these these fucking grommets, you know, you buy the whole thing full of them. So I've been hot gluing a few on, and I used a little tape to remember which. I don't want to write on the blades because the paint's so nice. So I used a little piece of tape to remember where I was. Then I got down to this one, 2. On this one didn't help. And then I started on this one. I put 2 and it was better, and now I'm at 3 little grommets, and I'll show you where we're at now. Lot better. So we found either the blade that's out of place and we can move it a little forward, or it's just really poorly weighted to that side. So that's what we found. I'm going to add one more and see how much better it is. And then you got 2 options. You can add a more permanent type of weight. I don't know how you do that. Maybe crazy glue, and maybe a single piece of something that weighs the same. So I'm going to put one more on, and we'll see if it's even further better. Alright, here it is on low. It's running pretty good. It's not actually shaking that bad. You can see. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it. But yeah, one of the blades, it's still a little out of alignment, but the weights have helped a lot to be able to see that. It was shaking so much. So 2 things. Maybe we just have to add weight to the blade we've got them on. And then the other thing is maybe if we can get this a little more, bent back into shape, need the weights, maybe? I don't know, but it's so bad that this seems to be as pretty close as I can get it. Let's go to high. Still a little cage rattle, but it's way better. It's not like it was. That's the switch knob rattling. We could always go in and tighten that up a little bit. But anyway, so we got something a lot better. Let's see now if you could see. Really hard to show you what I'm seeing, but one of them's a little forward from the others, or maybe the other 2 are back. Who the hell knows? I don't know. So anyway, she's rolled up, she's cleaned out, so we can continue to experiment with it, and that's what we wanted to get to. So there's Rusty Bob number 2. It's not Rusty, so this is Uncle Frank. What are we going to call this one? Big Jim? Texas Shake Shaw Massacre? I don't know, whatever. You got it, baby. So anyway, you know, look at, this is another thing I noticed. I mean, look at how bad, you can see where the case is welded together, and you got your Venturi ring, and you see how badly this is all kind of lipped up. I mean, this is way bent. I didn't really put a straight edge onto any of this, but clearly this took really considerable damage. Took a fall, someone dropped it out of a, you know, there's no scratching or anything that shows where it would have fallen, but something happened to it, because yikes. But anyway, so we've got it so it's at least not shaking across the off the table here, and that's a start. So the next thing we'll do is we'll take off those weights if we decide, you know, if I can't really get these evened out, you know, to just look at it like this, they don't seem that bad. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, almost everything I can see says that these are not that bad out of shape right there. One. That one. 1, 2, 3, 1. You can see that one's a little, but you know, I'm not great at balancing this stuff, and who knows, I could make it way worse. So we're just gonna have to hang with it for a minute. We can't leave these. See, that's a good sign. These are not slumping down to the bottom. They were up here. But we can't leave those just glued, hot glued on there. They're going to go flying off. Especially as, you know, heat. These usually don't get warm. It's usually just warm in here. It's warm already, actually. But, you know, so that's the deal. Blue GE all metal. And it's a 3-speed. We like it. Cleaned up pretty good, but still has... You know, we can't let it shake like that. It's got to run true, or you know, it'll just fly itself apart. Well, fly her apart then. You guys know what movie that's from? You let me know. Like, share, subscribe, comment if you can, and let me know what you think of this one. And we'll keep. Anyway, like I was saying, we'll hold up hope for this one. Keep working on it here and there, and I'll do videos on it as I do. I really like these GEs. I really like the blue. You know, worst comes to worst, I have another pair of blades we could put on it. It would be interesting to make sure that it's the blades and not the rotor. Maybe we'll put Rusty Bob's blades. You know, probably in the next video we'll take Rusty Bob and we'll put his blades on here. And we'll see how it does. And maybe put these on Rusty Bob and see if it shakes on the other fan. We'll try and weed out where we think the issue is. But definitely adding weight, adding these 3. Actually, I put a 4th one. But adding those on there made a difference. So at least we know where. And it does show us that this is probably the blade that is out of place the most. Let's look at it. So right there, let me use a finger to hold. So right there you can see where we're lined to. You tell me. They look pretty straight. So maybe it's just a weight issue. Who knows? You guys know more than I do. So anyway, there she is. Blue GE. I like these. And we're going to keep messing with it. Thanks for watching, y'all. Take care.